It has been just over a year since the Seminary Co-op's community voted on a monumental governance shift, transitioning the stores into a not-for-profit cultural institution. Our work has always been predicated upon slowness, discovery, and extended reflection. Our mission is bookselling. We seek those voices that will endure. We help build the conditions for that endurance. And we help you discover the books through which you might find meaning in uncertain times. Where we would be celebrating the one-year anniversary of this transition, we instead find ourselves, along with much of the world, reeling in the aftermath of a nearly inconceivable rupture. The very activity that undergirds our mission, browsing the stacks, is currently unavailable. The co-op, of course, has endured for decades already. While we have survived major world events and periods of uncertainty, we have been humbled to serve as a shelter of sorts during these times. But now, alas, we too are unsheltered. We would like to take a few moments to remind you of better times, show some of the effects of the pandemic, and share our hope for the future. With nearly 100,000 titles on our shelves, we are committed to stocking books that would rarely get shelf space elsewhere. Writing from university presses and small publishers, as well as older titles, previously lost volumes, and soon-to-be classics. Across our sections are voices underrepresented in mainstream publishing and general bookstores. Last year, the co-op hosted or sponsored over 700 events, both in the stores and throughout the city. Through this robust, intellectually diverse programming, we aim to strengthen the literary landscape and to open cultural and political conversations up to as wide an audience as possible. Since 1983, 57th Street Books, just down the block, has offered a large contemporary fiction collection, a sprawling and diverse children's section, genre fiction, cookbooks, and stationery. It is now the only full-service children's bookstore on the south side of Chicago. Over the last few years, our children's programming has blossomed. We host 3 story times a week, including one in Spanish. Our Young Readers Advisory Board provides a forum for children to contribute to our reading community. Outside of our store, our book fairs and outreach work put books in the hands of students across the South Side. It's no surprise that the nature of all this work changed drastically with the onset of the COVID pandemic. We know we were not alone in experiencing this rupture, and the complete destabilization of so much that had grown familiar. We closed our doors to the public and canceled every one of our 172 events on the calendar. In response to the outpouring of support from our community, we became an online order fulfillment warehouse nearly overnight. Workstations popped up throughout the store, from the Loeb Library wall to the middle of the children's section. Where you would previously look for Wittgenstein or Vey, you'll find our shipping team and a cart full of neatly packed orders. The beloved front table was cleared to make more socially distant paths for staff. We've mostly adjusted to life in this space, though it's still so hard to see that empty front table every morning. But we are keenly aware that it's been months since customers have wandered quietly through our stacks. The spaces are empty of a certain vital energy, your energy. Our history is a shared one, traced by the paths you followed back to room 3 or around and over to the philosophy wall. You bring this space to life, and we now humbly face the challenge of transporting the experience of the stores out to you, wherever you are. Every day we are imagining how these stores, shaped by your curiosity and commitment to inquiry, might endure. We are committed to surviving the pandemic. With your support, your patience, and your understanding, we are confident that we can continue to pursue our mission for years to come.